All right, so you've been playing around with AI. You've used the basic tools, you've seen what's possible, but you've got that feeling that you're just scratching the surface. Huh? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a platform that might just be the launchpad you're looking for to get to that next level.
Right? This is the big question. You've seen the potential, but how do you actually go from just using AI to really building with it? How do you create real workflows, content pipelines, and maybe, just maybe, even a side hustle from it all? Let's figure that out.
So, our mission today is to get a handle on Galaxy AI. This is a platform that's making a big promise to be your launchpad from just typing in basic commands to building out complex AI-powered systems. Let's see if it's actually ready for liftoff.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, at its core, Galaxy AI isn't one single AI model. Think of it more like a massive hub that pulls together thousands of different AI tools and capabilities into one single dashboard. The whole idea is to stop you from juggling dozens of different subscriptions and browser tabs just to get a project done.
And when I say massive, I am not kidding. We're talking about a platform that integrates over 3,000 different AI models and tools. That's a huge, almost overwhelming number. And it's designed to cover pretty much anything you can think of, from writing an article to generating a video or even building your own custom AI agent.
Now, this analogy right here is the perfect way to get your head around it. You're not just getting a hammer and a screwdriver anymore. It's like you've been handed the keys to the entire hardware store, and that offers some incredible power. But, as we're about to see, it also comes with the very real risk of just getting lost in the aisles.
Okay, so if we're calling Galaxy AI our rocket ship to the next level, what are the engines that are actually going to power it? What are the core benefits that make it so compelling for someone who really wants to move beyond the basics?
Well, it really boils down to three key things. First, this idea of massive workflow consolidation, getting everything in one place. Second, there are actually built-in ways to make money, which is huge. And third, it pushes you toward this hands-on, practical way of learning that's all based on real-world stuff.
Let's just walk through how this whole workflow consolidation thing works in real life. Imagine this. You watch a 45-minute tutorial on YouTube. Instead of just taking notes, you use a tool inside Galaxy AI to summarize the whole thing. Then, you use another tool to spin those notes into social media posts, and another one to draft a landing page for it. The magic here is the momentum. You're not jumping between tabs, logging into different websites, and losing your train of thought. You can go from just passively learning something to actively shipping a finished asset, all inside one single ecosystem.
Now this is where it gets really interesting for a lot of people. The platform isn't just a creative toy box, it has monetization baked right into it. It answers that all-important question, hey, can this tool actually pay for itself?
And there are two main ways it does this. You've got the Creator Program, which lets you publish the stuff you make, like articles or tutorials, and then you can actually earn money based on how much people engage with it. And then there's the Classic Affiliate Program, where you get a commission if people sign up using your link. It literally turns the tool from just another expense into a potential business model. And this slide, oh man, this brilliantly illustrates the fundamental mindset shift that the platform is trying to get you to make. A beginner asks a chatbot a question. An intermediate user, they design a system. By putting all these tools in one place, Galaxy AI is constantly nudging you to stop thinking in single isolated prompts and start thinking in multi-step workflows, agents, and automations.
Okay, but every good rocket launch needs a pre-flight check from Mission Control, and this is ours. Look, no platform is perfect, and with all that power comes a huge potential for distraction. So let's get into the critical warnings you really need to hear before you decide to blast off.
With over 3,000 tools right at your fingertips, the single biggest danger is shiny object syndrome. You could spend hours, literally hours, just testing out image generators you're never going to use again or jumping between 5 different projects without ever finishing one. You feel busy, but you're not actually making any real progress.
So what's the fix? You need a mission plan. Don't just log in to play with AI. Give yourself a small, super clear goal for the week. Something like, this week I will create one lead magnet. Or, I will build one simple AI agent that does one specific job. Focus is everything here.
This chart breaks down the other big risks you've got to keep an eye on. Platform dependency, that's a big one. It means you're building your entire creative process inside their walls. If they change their pricing or, worse, shut down a feature you love, you're kind of stuck. Then there's shallow learning, which is a bit more subtle. It's that feeling when you know how to push the buttons to get a result, but you don't understand the principles behind it. And finally, remember, the platform can't give you a strategy. You still have to bring the vision.
To fight back against that shallow learning, This is the single most important question you can ask yourself. Whenever the platform does something amazing for you, just pause for a second and ask, okay, how would I actually do this myself? That question, right there, is what separates the casual users from the serious learners who are building skills they can take anywhere.
So, after the mission briefing and the pre-flight checks, we get to the final verdict. Is Galaxy AI the right launchpad for you to level up your AI skills?
This checklist breaks it down perfectly. If your goal is to experiment and prototype really fast, it's fantastic. If you want to build content pipelines and workflows, it's a great choice. And if you're trying to monetize AI-generated assets, it's definitely worth a look. But for each of those benefits, you have to be super mindful of the risk that comes with it. Getting distracted, becoming too dependent, or just settling for that surface-level, button-click kind of learning.
Ultimately, this is the key takeaway. The best way to think of Galaxy AI is like a gym. It's a place that has all the equipment you could possibly need to build strength, to practice real workflows, and to turn that AI curiosity into actual tangible capability. But just like any gym, you still have to do the work. The equipment is there to help you, not to replace your own effort and your own strategy.
And I'll leave you with this final thought, which I just love. When you use a platform like this with real intention, it's not a distraction, it's a training ground. So the next time someone asks what you're doing, you can tell them you're building the skills to command the future. Thanks for joining me.